No one noticed the janitor at first. That was the problem. Marcus Reed had learned long ago how to exist without being seen. At 4:17 a.m., while the city's most powerful people slept behind glass and steel, Marcus pushed his cleaning cart across the marble lobby of one of the tallest buildings downtown. He wore a faded blue uniform, his name stitched crookedly over his chest. His boots were scuffed, his eyes were tired but sharp, because when you a single black father raising an 8-year-old daughter on a janitoress salary, you learn to stay alert. You learn to watch everything. That morning, something felt off. The building was unusually quiet. Too quiet. Marcus paused near the executive elevators, mop in hand, when he heard a sharp intake of breath. Not loud, not dramatic, just wrong. He turned. A woman stood near the glass wall overlooking the city, one hand pressed to her chest, the other gripping the railing like it was the only thing keeping her upright. She was dressed in an elegant white suit, her heels abandoned on the floor beside her. Sweat beaded along her forehead. Marcus recognized her instantly. Evelyn Cross, Billionaire tech CEO, media darling. The woman whose face smiled down from magazine covers in the very lobby Marcus cleaned every night. And she was collapsing. "Ma'am?" Marcus called, already moving toward her. She shook her head weakly. "Can't breathe." Marcus dropped the mop. Years earlier, Marcus had taken a free CPR class at a community center after his wife passed away suddenly from an undiagnosed condition. He never forgot the instructor's words. When seconds matter, don't wait for permission. Evelyn's knees buckled. Marcus caught her just before she hit the floor. Her breathing was shallow now, lips tinged blue. He checked for a pulse irregular. Fast. Panic flared in his chest, but he forced it down. Panic never helped. He reached for his phone to call 911, but then he noticed it. A small red sticker on the back of her security badge, partially hidden. "DNR do not resuscitate." Marcus froze. His heart pounded louder than the emergency alarm that hadn't gone off yet. A DNR meant one thing. Legally, medically, he was not supposed to intervene if her heart stopped. Evelyn's eyes fluttered open. She looked straight at him, fear flooding her gaze. "Please," she whispered, "don't. Let me die." Marcus swallowed hard. In that moment, he wasn't a janitor. He wasn't a nobody. He was a father who'd already watched one person he loved slip away because help came too late. Her airway spasmed suddenly. Her body stiffened. She wasn't breathing. Marcus didn't think anymore. He tilted her head back, sealed his mouth over hers and breathed. Once, twice. Her lips were cold. A third breath and then she coughed violently, air crashing back into her lungs as her body convulsed. Marcus pulled back just as her eyes flew open, gasping. Security alarms blared. Footsteps thundered toward them. Marcus leaned back on his heels, shaking, staring at the woman who had just come back from the edge of death. And he had no idea that in less than an hour, that single kiss caught on camera would turn his invisible life upside down. Marcus didn't even hear the sirens at first. He was too busy staring at his hands. They were still shaking. Security guards rushed in, radios crackling, weapons half raised until they saw Evelyn Cross sitting upright on the marble floor, coughing, very much alive. One guard looked from her to Marcus, then back again, confused, suspicious. "What happened here?" the lead guard demanded. Before Marcus could answer, Evelyn lifted her trembling hand. "He saved me." Those 3 words should have ended everything. They didn't. Paramedics arrived within minutes, pushing a gurney through the lobby as dawn crept across the skyline. Evelyn was placed on oxygen, her vitals stabilizing. Doctors confirmed it, a sudden airway obstruction triggered by a rare allergic reaction. If she hadn't been given rescue breaths when she was, the doctor paused, choosing his words carefully, she wouldn't have made it. Marcus stood off to the side, invisible again, until a security supervisor approached him with a tight jaw. "Sir, we need you to come with us." Marcus frowned. "I didn't do nothing wrong." The man didn't answer. In a small, windowless office, Marcus was questioned for nearly an hour. Why had he touched her? Why had he kissed her? Did he know about the DNR on her badge? Marcus told the truth. Every word. By the time he was released, his phone wouldn't stop buzzing. A coworker had sent him a link. Trending video. Janitor kisses billionaire in lobby hero or predator. Someone had leaked the security footage. The clip didn't show her collapse. It didn't show the blue lips or the still chest. It only showed a black janitor bending over a powerful white woman and pressing his mouth to hers. The comments were vicious. He knew exactly what he was doing. Fire him. If that was my daughter, why didn't he wait for help? By noon, Marcus was suspended without pay. By evening, his daughter Layla was crying because kids at school had shown her the video on their phones. "Daddy, why are they saying you're bad?" she asked, her small hands clutching his shirt. Marcus held her tight, rage and fear knotting in his chest. "I'm not bad, baby. I helped someone." But the world wasn't listening. Across town, in a private hospital suite, Evelyn Cross stared at the same video on a tablet, her face pale not from illness but from shame. "They turned him into a villain," she whispered. Her legal team stood nearby, tense. "Public opinion is divided. Your DNR complicates things." Evelyn's jaw hardened. "That man ignored a piece of plastic and listened to my voice," she said quietly. "Because of him, I'm alive." She swung her legs over the side of the bed. "I want to see him." The lawyers exchanged uneasy glances. Miss Cross, one warned, this could change everything. Evelyn met their eyes. "Good," she said. "Because everything needs to change." And while the world argued online, Marcus Reed sat at his kitchen table, counting the last of his savings, and aware that the woman he saved was about to flip his life in a way no amount of money ever had before. The press conference was packed. Cameras lined the room shoulder to shoulder, reporters murmuring as flashes lit up the stage. No one expected Evelyn Cross to appear so soon after nearly dying, but there she was, standing tall in a navy suit, the same woman who once ruled. Boardrooms now gripping the podium like this moment mattered more than any merger ever had, because it did. "Before I say anything else," Evelyn began, her voice steady, "I need the world to hear the truth." Screens behind her flickered to life. The full security footage played and edited this time. They saw her collapse. They saw Marcus run. They saw him check her pulse. They saw her lips turning blue. And finally, they heard her whisper, "Please, don't let me die." The room went silent. Evelyn turned back to the cameras. "The man you called a predator," she said, "saved my life." Marcus Reed broke protocol because he chose humanity over fear. "Because of him, I'm alive today." Across town, Marcus sat on his couch with Layla curled against him, watching in stunned silence. His phone rang. Then rang again. Then wouldn't stop. At the podium, Evelyn continued. Marcus was suspended from his job. His child was harassed. All because the world was quicker to judge a black man than to ask what really happened. Her voice cracked, but she didn't stop. Effective immediately, Marcus Reed will receive full public apology, legal protection, and compensation for emotional and financial damages. Gasps rippled through the room. And that's not all. She took a breath. Marcus once told a paramedic he worked nights because it allowed him to be home with his daughter during the day. That's not a flaw. That's love. Evelyn smiled softly. So I offered him a choice, not charity. Choice. The camera cut to Marcus as a reporter shouted his name outside his apartment. Evelyn's words echoed over the broadcast. "I've created a new foundation focused on single parents in overlooked jobs, cleaners, night workers, and Marcus Reed is its director." Layla's eyes went wide. "Daddy, does that mean we're okay?" Marcus pulled her close, tears finally breaking free. "Yes, baby," he whispered. "We're more than okay." Weeks later, Marcus walked through that same marble lobby, not pushing a cart this time, but wearing a suit that still felt unfamiliar. The janitors nodded at him, some with pride, some with disbelief. He stopped and turned back. "Hey," he said, smiling. "I haven't forgotten where I came from," and he never did. Because the kiss that almost destroyed him didn't just save a billionaire's life. It exposed a system too quick to condemn. Reminded the world that sometimes the most powerful thing a person can do is choose compassion when rules say don't.